In this video, I want to talk about why Facebook Marketplace is dead for sellers in 2026. Right? A couple of years ago, you could post almost anything on Facebook Marketplace and it would sell fast. Right? Whether it's furniture, jewelry, appliances, right? Car parts, anything. Right? You would sell it quickly. Now, you can't even get clicks on your listings. So the question now becomes, what happened? And in this video, I want to break down exactly why Facebook Marketplace isn't performing the way it used to, and how it has officially entered a mature, saturated stage. If you're confused with that terminology, I'll talk about that in a bit, explain it. And most importantly, what you need to do now if you still want to get consistent sales. Right? You may ask yourself, like, who the hell are you, Raul? Like, you talking about this as you know, like, what's going on. If you don't know who I am, my name is Raul Camarena, and I work with 100 plus retail stores across the USA, helping them make more sales of digital marketing, right? And a big strategy we do is help our clients go from the inconsistent sales that Marketplace has, that many people don't realize why it's so inconsistent, which I'll answer in this video, and help them tap into a strategy that isn't inconsistent, that's scalable, right? That overcomes all the issues and frustrations that comes with Facebook Marketplace. So I give them a way to go away from Facebook Marketplace into a different strategy that's scalable, that isn't saturated, and you're still able to make sales to be able to scale your business. I'll get into that strategy in a bit, but first let's talk about Marketplace. What the hell's going on with Marketplace? Why is the sales not there anymore, right? First and foremost, let's talk about the benefits of Marketplace, right? Like, why you even get on these platforms in the first place, right? It's free traffic, right? You get organic buyers without spending $1 on ads, right? You go on Facebook Marketplace, you can post on Facebook Marketplace super simply, right? Browse Marketplace, let's do furniture. Boom, right? Super simple, okay? Like free traffic, people are always on Marketplace looking for a deal, a snack, right? And you're able to post your listings there, whether it's furniture, jewelry, whatever it is, right? Tons of free traffic, right? Facebook made it in a very easy way where it's just one click away to go to Marketplace, right? So, and there's a lot of high purchase intent, right? Because people browsing Marketplace are already looking to buy something. So it's just logical that as a business owner, you're going to want to post on Facebook Marketplace. But the problem with Facebook Marketplace now, which really wasn't the case couple years ago, or maybe it wasn't noticeable a couple of years ago, was, well, number one is there's zero segmentation. Like, you can't really target by age, income, zip code, interest, or buying behavior. You're just kind of like posting the listing, just hope for the best, right? You can post obviously like mile radius on where you're at, but besides that, you can't do much more, right? So there's not a lot of segmentation you can do. And you always have to post consistently, right? Because the algorithm favors fresh listings, right? Like, you post something, it's going to go to the bottom of the barrel like every single time. That's why you got to consistently post, renew, so that you're always popping up in front of the right people. Okay? So on top of that, because you can't segment, right? The reality is you got a lot of tire kickers. Tons of it is available messages that go nowhere. That you want to freaking take your hair out of your head because you just lose so much time talking to a lot of tire kickers because you cannot segment. Right? And there's a lot of scams out there, right? So many scams, fake profiles, fake payments, fake fraud attempts everywhere in the Marketplace, right? You can't do A/B testing. You can't properly test, like, if a specific listing, like if you do a proper legit business with this, if you have a legit business, so you can't really A/B test like different items, different pricings, different. You're just kind of like be posting and just hope for the best, right? It's not built for scaling, right? You can't control volume, quality, consistency because you're scared you're gonna get banned on Facebook Marketplace, right? So there's a lot of problems with Marketplace. Even though we have all these problems, obviously the reason why you still continue to post on it is because it's free traffic and high purchase intent. And it was way more effective a couple of years ago than now, right? So the question is like, what the hell's going on, right? The real reason why you're not selling anymore isn't because your items are bad or because your prices are too high. It's because everybody's posting the same exact thing. That's the reality. Like, if I were to sum this video down in a sentence, the reason why you're not selling anymore is because what you're posting is what your competitors are posting, or it's the same prices, the same product, same offer. Boom. People don't know who to choose. They don't know how to distinguish you from the 10,000 other people posting the same items like you are, right? And especially if you're selling stuff that you would find in a traditional retail store, furniture, jewelry, appliances, mattresses, car parts. This isn't unique. It isn't like only specific stores across the nation, one or two stores across the nation sell certain items. You can find this everywhere, right? So because you look the same as every other listing, well, it becomes a freaking price war. It becomes a price war, right? So The reason why you're not selling anymore isn't because your items are bad or your prices are too high. It's because everybody's posting the same exact thing, right? Too much competition nowadays. Back in the day, there was no competitors, right? A couple of years ago, marketplace was the Wild West. Barely anybody was posting because anybody was posting. Well, holy cow! You posted something, boom, you get a sell like within a couple hours, right? And whatever you sold fast, right? But today, like everybody and their mom is posting sofas, mattresses, appliances, jewelry, the same photo, the same angle, the same offers. Everything looks identical. Trends in price war. And the only way to stand out is sell cheaper, which kills your margins. Now, let me show you a graphic that kind of gives the representation of what I'm talking about with Facebook Marketplace, right? I think here there's a graph, right? Facebook Marketplace on top, right? So you can see on the very left is sales, how many sales you actually make. Okay, and users on marketplace. And there's a correlation, right? And up here you can see the timeline, 2016 is when actually Facebook Marketplace opened up for users on Facebook. 2026 is present day, right? 10 years later now. So in the very beginning, right, when it barely opened Facebook Marketplace, you would make a whole bunch of sales. Why? Because look, there was no competitors, right? But as time went on, the sales you would make would lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. Why? Because more and more users would hop on the platform, which would really kill your ability to stand up, kill the ability you to be able to sell at a high price, right? So this is like the best representation I can give you on why marketplace isn't working anymore. Fundamentally, the thing that shifted is the amount of users on marketplace, the amount of people send the same items, same prices, same offers that you are doing. That's the reason. Okay, look, in the beginning, right, just to get you hooked on the platform, Facebook gave you a whole bunch of free traffic. Facebook needed people to use marketplace and needed it to start building up the amount of users on marketplace because I had a plan, a malicious plan. It's not really malicious. Facebook obviously has to make money, but I knew long term that in order to get people like hooked on marketplace or hooked on its platform, I needed ways to incentivize people. Right? Not only was there lack of competitors back in the day because obviously it was just a brand new feature, people were just barely getting to use it, but Facebook incentivized you, would give you a whole bunch of freaking traffic, right? A whole bunch of free traffic. Your post blew up, buyers would message you nonstop. You barely had to try. But little by little, that free traffic started disappearing. And at the same time, more and more competitors started flooding the platform. Right? What used to feel easy suddenly became frustrating. Not because your products are bad, not because your prices are off, but because everybody's posting the same thing. That's like the premise of this video. You're probably going to see this. Like, too much competitors, everybody's selling the same thing. Right? It turns marketplace into the race to the bottom of the barrel where the only way to stand out is sell cheaper. And this is the genius part. This is exactly what Facebook wanted. Right? They let you hooked on with all the free traffic you would get in the very beginning, the incentives, the lack of competition. And once you depended on it, they pulled it back. Right? And now you're stuck dealing with tire kickers, low ballers, scans, posting nonstop, zero targeting, price wars. And that's where Facebook pushes you to the next step. Advertising. Right? With ads, you avoid all the freaking headaches that come with marketplace. You finally get control. Segmentation, real buyers, consistency, and scale. Right? No need to freaking post 24/7 on marketplace anymore. You want to run ad, a correct ad, boom, you can scale it to the moon, right? Which is more money, right? It can appear 1,000 times a day, right? As long as you pay Facebook with advertising. Instead of having to post 1,000 times a day organic, which is like a massive headache, just run ads. That's what Facebook wants, right? Facebook has you hooked now. Facebook knows that you depend on their platform to sell. Now it's going to push you to boost. It's going to push you to run ads, right? That's what Facebook really wants. They want you to run ads. Now, it's very genius on Facebook's part of things, right? But also kind of messed up on the user that was already addicted to this, right? But Facebook is a platform. It has to make money. It's a business. They want to maximize profit. So they thought of like a long-term plan. They get you hooked. Once you're hooked, you cannot leave. You pay them now. Once you pay them, you get the same results, right, you were getting in 2016, right? And this is a graphic that kind of represents how Facebook advertising works, right? Facebook advertising started from the very beginning of Facebook, right? And the good thing about Facebook advertising is because you're able to segment, you're able to target ages, income, interest, stuff of that nature, right? With more time doesn't mean worse results, right? Like marketplace, obviously, bottom of the barrel because like you can't do really anything there. But market with advertising, because you're able to like segment really good, right? You're still going to make a lot of sales, even though there's way more advertisers. Maybe you're more competitors offering the same thing in their advertising, right? Obviously, there's a little slump here, right? Why is there a little slump? Because obviously, with more advertiser, well, you got to be more strategic on your advertising, a bit more better on your offers, right? On your marketing, making it stand out. You only have 3 seconds to get stand out. So there's a couple different factors why there's a little slump. But reality is there's still a whole bunch of money you can make. And the good thing with advertising is it's always going to be that way. It's never going to be like this where, no, it doesn't benefit Facebook. Facebook wants you to spend money on their platform, right? And if it happened like this correlation, well, people will stop advertising, right? So it's always going to make sure that you always have a whole bunch of sales coming from advertising. But you have to advertise. That's the key what Facebook wants. So as I said in the very beginning, right, I help my clients advertise in the right manner, right? I've done this for 100 plus retail stores across the USA, right? Helping them reach those hundreds of thousands of dollars a month that they all want to reach in a consistent manner, scalable manner. If you're interested in me doing this for you, in the description of this video, there is a link, okay? You'll be able to schedule a call with me, right, to talk. If not, no worries. The whole point of this video is just to open your eyes and show you why it's not working anymore. Right? In the devious plan that Facebook wants, advertising on this platform, right? So that's really the next step you have to do, right? Now, I'm not saying stop Marketplace. You're probably still making sales. It's free traffic. Try it out. Continue to use it, right? Until you can't. But at the same time, put your eggs in multiple baskets. You're not dependent on one strategy, which is Marketplace. Diversify. Run ads. Run ads. Way more effective to get sales, and it pays for itself, right? Don't think advertising is like, oh my god, I'm losing money. No, it pays for itself, right? So if you're interested in working with me, description of this video. If not, no worries. Open your eyes, start advertising, start boosting, start other strategies to be able to get more sales. But this is why Facebook Marketplace is dead for solid in 2026, and it will be for the next couple of years. It's going to get worse.